wabarakatuh and a very good morning. My name is Hidayah binti Zulkifli and my partner is.
Firzanah binti Jamiza.
Today we're going to share with you our presentation about bar graph that was made from renowned researchers. So before I start, I'm gonna share with you my slide. Okay. An old wisdom once said, "A penny saved is a penny earned." It simply means that saving any amount of money is just as valuable as earning a new income. Why is it so? This is because the money that you save could eventually come into use when you suddenly face any emergencies. You must be wondering, what emergencies could possibly happen? Anything. Trust me when I said anything. From your car broke down to experiencing fatal accident and probably sudden dismissal from work. Talking about work, how about unemployment? Does it ring a bell? So, I have conducted research on this topic and am confident that I can explain the unemployment rate, which has been a conundrum in today's society. Now, everyone, let me share with you a bar graph that was made with precision from Malaysian researchers explaining about youth unemployment over the Asian countries. You are now looking at a bar graph taken from Malaysian Journal of Fundamental and Applied Sciences, volume 18, which was made on 2022. It represents the Asian countries facing unemployment rate among the youth during 2017. These data were obtained from the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, which regularly publishes labor force statistics, including youth unemployment rate. So, from the bar graph, we can see different trends in youth unemployment across Asian countries, which suggests that there are many reasons behind the differences and gives us a wider view of the situation. Let me now share the key features of the graph. So as you can see, the country with the highest rate unemployment is Indonesia, which is at 15.6%. This figure is significantly higher than the rest, sitting almost 5 percentage points above the next highest grouping of China and Malaysia, with both at 10.8%. This suggests a major challenge in absorbing young workers into Indonesia's labor market in 2017. Although we can see that the graph uses color coding to show countries with above average youth unemployment rate, which is in red, and the below average, which are in blue, we can see that India, which is at 10.5%, and Philippines at 7.9%, fall near the average, with India having fewer unemployment youth than Malaysia, China, and Indonesia, while Philippines has higher rate than Vietnam, Thailand, and Singapore. This difference may be due to factors like education quality, job market size, and youth employment programs in each country. And lastly, the lowest unemployment rate is recorded by Singapore, which is at 4.6%. This is the only country among those listed to have a rate below 5%, making it the clear regional leader in youth employment performance for 2017. This demonstrates a high level of labor market efficiency. Every story has its ending, and so does my speech, which gracefully concludes here. Hence, the youth unemployment rates across Asian countries are caused by key factors such as education level, economic development, and labor market conditions. That is all from me. Thank you. I'm gonna uh, give the mic to my partner.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Since my partner have talked about unemployment, today I will talk about the effects of unemployment. Before I begin, I would like everyone to take a brief moment of silence. No phones, no notes, just a pause. This moment represents something many people face every day. A quietness that isn't peaceful but forced. It's the kind of silence when there is nothing left to say, nothing left to hope for, and nothing left to depend on. As students, we often learn about social and economic issues, and poverty is one of the topic that affects individuals, families, and entire communities. This presentation will focus on the main causes of poverty and the current poverty rate in Malaysia, as well as how the issues continue to affect many Malaysians today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you with my graph, my diagram. You are now looking at a graph taken from Economic History Malaysia. It shows poverty rate by ethnic group of the head of household Malaysia in 1970 until 2022. The data was collected and published by the official portal of Ministry of Economy. From this graph, we can see that the poverty situation in Malaysia has changed significantly across the years as the country developed people living conditions improve and the overall poverty rate dropped. This graph shows that in the early 1970s, Malaysia and others Bumiputera has the highest poverty rate, which is at 65%. This means many of them were struggling financially and living a hard life. Many of them live in a village and work in farm where the income is often low and unstable. Because of this, mm, many families found it hard to support their children's educations, healthcare, and daily needs. On average, we can see that the poverty rate for all ethnic groups dropped a lot over the years. They started very high in the early 1970s, but as Malaysia continued to develop with better school, job opportunities, and stronger economic, the numbers slowly decreased and remained low as the 1990s onward. This shows that long-term development really help improve people's living conditions. On the other hand, Chinese community had the lowest poverty rate, which is at around 25% in the 1970s and dropped to almost 0% in 2022. This may be because of their early involvement in business, which offer more stable income. Meanwhile, the Indian communities also experience a low poverty rate but remain slightly higher than the Chinese community. This improvement reflects the positive impacts of Malaysia's economic growth. Overall, the graph clearly shows how Malaysia has made a strong progress in reducing poverty, even though some difference between ethnic remain is remind us that while things have improved, we still have a lot work to done to ensure everyone has equal access to opportunities. Hence, that is the end of my speech. Poverty is not just a problem for certain communities, it affects all of us. When people struggle to meet basic needs, it impacts education, um, job productivities, and country future growth. Society can only move forward when everyone has equal chance to live safely, learn, work, and build a better life. This is why understanding poverty and helping those in need is very important, because as we lift others up, we strengthen the whole nations. And I conclude my presentation with that. Thank you very much.